What's good? How you guys doing out there? I am Ramon Carter from Gut Check, and today I want to talk to you guys about building with the tools you have. That's right, build with the tools you have, right? Go in the strength that you have. You know, a lot of times, I know personally, we look at mentors, we look at people that we admire, we look at people that are at the high level area of where we want to be in our life. And it's easy for that to paralyze us into inactivity. We wonder what we don't know. We wonder how we're going to get it done. We wonder, do we even have what it takes to make that happen? And the fact of the matter is that you can't be what you're not. You always hear me say that, but you can become what you're not. And what we have to learn to do is to build with the tools that you have. Don't be placed into a spot of inactivity. Just begin to move. Just begin to move. Like Nike said, just do it. As you move, you'll sharpen your tools. As you move, you'll expand your tools. As you move, you'll find out what you don't know and what you need to know. As you move, you'll find people that are like-minded. You'll find mentors and coaches who will help streamline what you're trying to do, right? There's a saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And so if you never move, if you never get ready, then the teacher will never appear. But if you begin to start walking down the road, you'll find that all sorts of people that have the expertise that you need in certain areas, that have the ability to help you out, they'll begin to be drawn to you. Why? Because you're going to be putting off the vibration of somebody who is in movement. People don't want to deal with somebody who just all talk, right? People don't want to deal with all talk. People like people with action. People like people that are moving towards a goal. People are more willing to help a person up off their back that has fell flat on their back because they were moving towards something, because they were trying to do something. And so you can't be paralyzed into inactivity because you don't have all the tools. You got to just go, right? There's a saying that people say, well, I'm a perfectionist. Before I move, I like to have all my I's dotted and all my T's crossed. And the fact of the matter is that's a fallacy. That is a lie. A person that says they're a perfectionist and they won't move until it's perfect, that's a person who's in fear. That's a person who's in doubt, because a perfectionist knows that they gotta go. You gotta write the book, and before you can perfect it, you have to walk the walk before you can perfect it. You have to produce something before you can perfect it. You can't perfect what's not produced, right? It's better for you to have an imperfect thing in your hand than a perfect idea and vision in your head. And so we have to begin to build with the tools that you have. Realize that as you go, as you move, you're going to learn what you need. You're going to learn what you need to know. You're going to learn what you don't know that you have to know. And all these things are things that I'm telling you from personal experience, man. I just began to move. I just began to follow the call. I just began to follow the dream. And when I did that, then I learned about camera angles and different things like that. Then I learned about, marketing strategies and marketing techniques. Then I learned about, how to put together a course and do all this different stuff. But if I had waited till I had everything perfect to begin to get this message out, it would never have gotten out. Some of you guys know some of my earlier videos, I had like clocks in the background, a whole bunch of negative space, man, but the passion inside of me was such that I just wanted to move. I just wanted to go. I just wanted to have this thing that was burning inside of me help other people, because I know that there are people who are lost. I know that there are people who are living check to check. I know that there are people who are making great money, but they're unfulfilled. They don't even want to do what they have to do each and every day. And that's because of discontentment. And that discontentment is because of misalignment with who they were divinely created to be. They're living outside of their authentic identity. And I felt that same way. And once I began to live within my authentic identity, I started to feel a certain way. And I started to see different results in my life and different things manifest that I had on my vision board and had in my notebook, then I knew it was something that I had to share. I knew it was something that I had to do, but it was no way that I was going to be perfect. There was no way that I was going to be able to do it at the level of a Tony Robbins or at the level of a Brendan Bouchard or at the level of an E.T., right? I have to grow to that. I have to develop to that. I have to become that version of myself that I see. And how do I become that version? As I move from theory to practice to mastery, right? We learn it. We learn it in the book. We read it in the book. We apply it to our life. That's a little bit more practice. And then we got to put more practice on the practice. And as you go, that theory turns to practice. That practice turns to mastery. Think about everything that you've done in your life. You weren't great at riding a bike. You weren't great the first time you had to swim. Babies aren't even great at walking. They'll fall on their behinds so many times, but they'll keep standing up because they know that it's something they need to do. They gotta walk. And so whatever you're trying to build, whatever the vision is, whatever that great thing is in your life, you gotta crawl, you gotta walk, you gotta slither, you gotta fall, you gotta bump your head. It doesn't matter, but you build with the tools that you have. Build with the tools that you have. Go in the strength that you have. And as you go, as you grow, you'll get everything you need to become perfected. You'll get everything you need to move from theory to practice to mastery and live the life that you always dreamed and designed and desired to live. But the first thing, you have to take the first step. You got to build it with the tools you have. You got a pickaxe and a shovel, start. You'll get the staves and everything else later, right? All right, so that is my talk for today. I'm passionate about it because too many people are inactive because they want to see themselves where their mentor is at, and you're not going to be there, right? You might know the story, you know, the glory. You might see the glory, right? But you don't know the story, and so you have to go through your process. You have to go through your process, and it starts with taking the first step. It starts with building with the tools you have. It starts with whatever knowledge you have, running towards it with the knowledge that you have, with zeal and excitement and passion, and all these things will be added unto you as you go forth, right? Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened, right? So as always, I leave you with these three thoughts. Think abundance, focus on growth, create, never compete. Thanks and God bless.